Hey guys, what's going on? So this video is about how to deal with people that are unwelcoming, dealing with social rejection at work or school. And this is really an important part of life, is not only being successful in a career or at school, but having a positive environment and being around positive people is so important in life. And it really is half the battle when you're to love your job, your program, or wherever you're at. And sometimes you get into situations which I've talked about in previous videos, of being bullied by other people and not being treated well. In this video, I want to talk about people that are not really that friendly, or they just choose not to associate with you. And the one thing that I've learned the hard way over the course of my life is that not everybody's going to like you, and you're not going to be able to please everybody. With that being said, you still want to have positive relationships with people. And in my situation, I've been around people that don't really take an interest in talking to me. I've been in situations where I get along with everybody. So it really depends on where you're at and who you're working with. One of the most important things to do is not to take it too personally when people don't want to associate with you. Now, if you know that you're being friendly and respectful and the best human being you can be, and people are still not associating with you, you do have a right to ask, well, why aren't they doing that? You know, is there an issue with you? Is there an issue with them? You know, what are the circumstances? And everyone has the right to feel that way. And I think that finding that out is justified. Because if people aren't responding to you very well, and you have to wonder why that is. One of the most important things is to make sure that you feel confident in yourself, and you know that you're doing the right thing, and you know how you are as a person, and where your mistakes are, where your faults are, but most importantly, what you're also bringing to the table, and what your positive points are. And you could be the most positive person in the world. You could do even if you did 100% things right, there'd always be people to see the negative, to see what you're doing wrong. And what is important is that you don't let these people get you down, because if you let them, they will. And a lot of people that think that way don't care that they're bringing you down. There are certain situations where maybe you're not popular at work or school, or you're not invited to parties, or you're not included in gatherings and social events, and you sort of get the, all respect to you, but that's about as far as we're going. They're not really pushing the limits. In certain situations, I've not mentioning any particular one, but I would start conversations with people and try to be as friendly as I can, but all I get in return is one-liners, and the person really doesn't make an effort to get to know me or speak to me. And it really can get frustrating after a while when you're putting all this effort into getting to know people and they're not taking the same interest. So you sort of just sit back and be like, okay, well, I'll continue to be respectful and friendly, but if these people are not going to make an effort, then why should you go out of your way to put your effort forth when they're not going to do it? That doesn't mean that you can't still come into work and be positive and respectful, which is one thing that I like to do. I've been in past jobs and schools where people are just miserable, such a negative atmosphere, negative attitudes, and bosses that are mentally abusive. And it's just really nice to have that respect and positive atmosphere in your workplace or school. Going back to what I was saying is have confidence and don't necessarily seek the approval of others in terms of your popularity. As long as you know that you're being respectful and friendly, then that's all that counts. If you have ways to find out why other people aren't responding to you, please go ahead and find that out. If people have an issue with you, and this is what I go by, is if people have an issue with me, I want to talk things out. I want to work things out and make sure that that issue is resolved for both sides. Because I don't want to go around with people having an issue with me and I don't know what that issue is and they don't tell me what that issue is. So it's having good communication is key, which in certain situations I felt that communication wasn't there. And continuing on to do your best and to socialize if you can is important, because it shows that, hey, even though that you're not taking an interest / not treating me very well, I'm still sticking up for myself and showing you that I'm still confident in myself. With that being said, the people that you most get along with, take advantage of that. Build those relationships as best you can. And even if you only get along with 1 or 2 people at your workplace, build on that. Build on that friendship or build on that relationship, because every little bit counts, and every bit of positive experience at your workplace is worth it. The most important thing is have confidence in yourself. Don't let others get you down. Still be positive and respectful, even if others are not to you. Always make sure to stand up for yourself. And if you're not happy at your workplace, you don't like the way you're being treated, you don't have to stay there. And I mentioned this in my other video, a job's a job, and you shouldn't settle for less. That video, I was talking about following your passions and being where you want to be. And if you're being mistreated at your workplace, or you're not comfortable there because other people are not making you comfortable, then you don't have to stay there. You don't have to be there. Now, if you have to pay bills, then I can understand, stick to the job until you can move on. In this life, being around miserable people, it's just not worth it. And do what you want to do and be where you want to be. If you don't like where you're working, go to a place that you feel has a positive attitude, has positive people, and you have an amazing experience. A place where you don't feel that you're going into work, that you're going in to do awesome things with people. So that's all I have to say about that for now. So are there any situations that you're dealing with right now at work or school where you feel like you're not being welcomed or you're not being included in things, and it's just an overall not a great experience for you? Or do you love your job and love the people you're around? I'd love to hear from you. I'm always interested in hearing other people's experiences. If you like this video, make sure you like, share, and subscribe. And don't forget to check out some more of my videos. Peace.